Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you. Um, I ran out of audio only um, podcasts to upload, and because I just want to do it faster, that's why I'm doing the videos right now. But anyway, so the things I found interesting today was like the NFL draft finished yesterday. Yeah, I don't care about football because I don't watch protesters. Um, I don't I don't care about um, why you're protesting. The problem is when these football players are kneeling at for the national anthem. It's not about the anthem. The thing is they're kneeling at work. You can't like name any other job where you can like protest and like keep your job. That's the part that bothers me. So I'm like, you know, name any job I've had. I usually work with dogs. So like, imagine like me working at whatever Petco, and when someone brings their dog in, I'm like whatever like kneeling, and I'm like, did your dog vote for Trump? Does your dog growl when he sees Trump? Who he doesn't? Okay, well I don't know if I can take your dog in or whatever. You understand the stupidity I'm saying, but anyway, so I don't follow football, but I did. The one thing that happens when there is a draft, any draft, people go through all the people who got drafted. They go through their social media and see if they could find something from 10 years ago to cancel them and make a story. And so, of course, there's a few NFL players who, tweeted something when they were 14 or whatever. But anyway, there's just one particular player. He likes Donald Trump. It's the God, which team was it? Yeah, I don't follow football, so I forgot. Anyway, there's this quarterback. Oh no, on the Patriots. The Patriots like drafted a quarterback. His name doesn't matter. Anyway, uh, he liked a couple of tweets that were pro Trump, and because of that, it's over. No one likes him now. Didn't Trump get over like 70 million votes? Okay, well, we just gotta let that slide. Some people voted for Trump. Like you can't like I mean you can't cancel someone because you don't like who they voted for. Like when people voted for George Bush, I didn't be like I can't talk to you anymore. Like fuck you. No, like okay, you vote for who you want to vote for. I don't know why it hurts people. And like this is a football player. He's a quarterback. Does his political opinion matter at all? No. So he liked a tweet from Donald Trump. Oh no. It doesn't make sense that people are so triggered over stuff. I was like, Jesus Christ. Whatever. But I don't know. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. And then it's Twitter, and we all know the statistics. No, actually, we don't know all the statistics, but like 20% of the population uses Twitter. I mean, in America, 20% of the American population uses Twitter. Okay, and out of that 20%, 80% of those users. I'm sorry. Out of that, out of that, 20% of the American population is on Twitter. 80 I'm sorry, 10%. I keep messing up. 10% of that makes 80% of the posts on Twitter. So it's like, because I keep messing up. 20% of the American population uses Twitter. 10% of those users make up 80% of the posts. So it's a very small representation of America anyway when it comes to Twitter. That's why it's just because, and the reason why it's like that small amount makes up a bunch because a lot of these people have 5 or 6 accounts. That's a factor, and they just use Twitter a lot. But yeah, so 20% of the American population has Twitter. 10% of that makes up 80% of the post. So are we gonna really make Twitter a new like how much longer are we gonna make Twitter's opinion a news story when it's literally a small, very small section of America? You know, that's why like when Twitter backs something, like a movie, or yeah, like for example, the Birds of Prey movie, like Twitter loved it. The movie bombed because like people on Twitter don't buy stuff, or if they do, they don't buy it enough or support stuff enough to make a difference. So you can't listen to Twitter. So the people like mad at the Patriots quarterback, um, they're not they're not gonna go they're not gonna go to the games anyway. They're not gonna affect the ratings. I mean, like the NFL's ratings are in the shitter anyway because of all the woke stuff, all the the burn loot murder, the having the names of criminals on the back of people's helmets, all the virtue signaling. People watch the NFL for football. They don't watch NFL for politics. The average person who's in the NFL is stupid. I don't care what they're protesting about. I don't care. You know, it's like the average guy in the NFL is in his off time. It's filled with coke and hookers. I don't care about his political opinions or standings or anything. I don't care about it. I don't care about his opinion. But anyway, being mad at someone for voting for Trump or liking a tweet or a pro MAGA tweet is stupid. And it's just another example of just cancel culture being out of control. Like, when is cancel culture gonna get canceled? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And it's because it's like these people who are all gung ho about like being angry or trying to get rid of someone. I mean, these are people with sad lives. Like these are people with lives sadder than mine. Granted, I'm really happy though. I watch anime all day and listen to K-pop, so I'm not complaining. It's just self-deprecation is good because it it helps with the views. But anyway, it's gonna be a non-story. Like I think the NFL draft, Twitter Twitter scandals aren't gonna last because that'll take away from their agenda, and then you have the Deshaun Watson thing. So I think there's more real stories, and the Twitter stuff isn't gonna last long. But hopefully it'll go away sooner than later. Not that it matters to me. It's not gonna affect my life in any way. But just I just want I just want Twitter to have less influence on our lives. And considering only 20% of the population has Twitter, if the mainstream media would stop covering it, then it wouldn't even be a factor because it's being prompted by mainstream media. Because if only 20% of Americans are using Twitter, why is the media even covering it? Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. Or maybe it's because Twitter backs a lot of these media outlets. It's probably why. It's probably why. But anyway, it's like a non-story though. Well, I mean, it's a non-story if you have in it an IQ above shoebox. Like, the people who actually care. Well, they're the kind of people I don't want to talk to anyway. Oh, and like on because I mentioned K-pop earlier. Uh, so the Mina, the girl from AOA who got bullied by Jimin. Uh, she put out like another post about bullying and just calling people out. I'm sick of her talking about being bullied. Like, we get it. And her talking about, she's self-harming herself. And it's all because of the trauma she suffered from the years of bullying being in AOA. The problem is, her last post, it has finally, like, it was the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm done with AOA. I officially don't like any member in AOA now, because even though one person was bullying, remember, there's 7 people in this group. So there's one person who's the main bully, one person being bullied. So the other 5 members didn't do anything. They all knew what was going on, so hence they're bullying too. So now I just don't like anyone in the group. Like, uh, my views on A&A are just ruined, and then I don't like Mina anymore because she won't shut up about it. It's like, you got bullied, you told your story. For some reason, you keep self-harming yourself and posting it on the internet. It's just for attention. Like, now it's peak attention whore syndrome. Now it's just it's got to stop. And it's like, no one can criticize her because, well, she was bullied. Yeah, but for the past 10 years she wasn't doing anything. So why is she doing stuff now? Because she's getting attention now. It doesn't make sense. You were bullied for 10 years. You didn't self-harm yourself then. You didn't complain about it then. Now in the past 3 years, you slow drip, information, slow drip, poor me, I'm sad, I need attention. We get it, and like, the public knows that you are with a bunch of people who didn't care, and obviously the company you're under, well, didn't know, or if they did know, I mean, like, we don't know if the company knew, but I mean, the manager knew though. So we get it. Like, Mina, you were in a group, you were in a K-pop group with 6 shitty people. Everyone in that group is a shit person. We get it, but I don't know what you gain by keep, you know, whatever, hurting yourself and then posting a picture on social media. It's like, how does that solve the problem? It just gets attention. Like, it doesn't solve the problem. To me, that just means, like, why are we living our life online? That's what I understand. Like, that's the gist. That's the gist of my venereal infection. That's what I'm trying to get to here. Why is everything done online? Why? How come you just can't confront the person bullying you in person? Doesn't matter that you put it on. Like, doesn't matter that it's done in the public. Like, everyone uses, like, the court of public opinion, but that, like, to me, that belittles the whole situation. It's like, because now when you make it out in public, so now everyone's being bullied. It's like the cycle never ends, because by doing it all in public, now you have people who don't like you because you've ruined the group. Now you have people who don't like the other members and are actively going after all the members now. It's been going on. And then every time it dies down, you slow drip another, you post another picture of you bleeding, or like another long post of like, this happened to me too, and blah 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 blah. It's like, Mina, you gotta shut up. Talk to these people face to face. I mean, like, nothing gets done. It's like, I don't know, like, when people have a problem and they use social media first, that really takes away from the severity of it, I think, because it becomes a circus. It's like, okay, like, why do we need, like, literally 30,000 people's opinion, because this spans over several different social media I don't what's it called, the apps, I guess, because it's on Instagram, it's on Twitter, it's on the Korean apps too. Whatever, it just it's on V Live. No, but it's just stupid. And it's like you basically ruined the careers of six other people though, because it's like the more bullying stories she puts out, you're like, well, how come no one else said anything? Because I understand like one or two stories, and then because they show examples, but then like you keep like she with all the stories she's told, it sounds like it went on like every day, and then like you live with these people because they live in dorms. Most K-pop groups they live in dorms and whatever. So yeah, everyone in AOA is a horrible person apparently. I mean, like she has come out so many times. I can't stand the group now because every time I see AOA, I just think of like all the stuff she said. It's like because AOA was known as being a really sexy group. Um, Look at the video. Excuse me, and look at the dance version, like the dance close up version. It's a side by side. It's like Jesus Christ. Like that's what women should look like. Man, talk about seven women with gorgeous bodies. Ugh. Yeah. But anyway. Uh, but you look at it now, I'm like, oh well, that person's a bully. Oh, that person did that. Oh, that person was a crybaby. Oh, that person's this. It's just ruined. So thank you, Mina. See, so now I'm bullying you for coming out about being bullied. But sometimes problems have to be solved not in the public. If someone's bullying you, say something. Like, just say something. Say something to a friend. Say something, yeah. Say something to someone. Confide in someone who actually is your friend. Confide in someone who actually cares about you. How many times do I go on Twitter? Like, once again, I don't use Twitter, but I have a Twitter account because, um, some chicks post beach pics. But there's a few girls on my Twitter. The only thing they post is sad stuff, like I'm depressed today. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that doesn't solve anything. If you're really depressed, get some professional help. Nothing gets solved by using the internet. So I take that back. The only thing that gets solved using the internet is your porn addiction and Google Maps telling you how to get to the mall the fastest, using the fastest route. There's only two things that get solved by the internet. Anything else, like mental problem, like depression, because that's what Mina's going through right now. Obviously, that doesn't get solved by using social media. The anger you have, the resentment you have toward Jimin, obviously using social media is not solving it. You need to see a counselor. But this is with everyone. Just everyone who's using social media to be like, whatever, my dad hit me when I was 9. That doesn't solve anything. You gotta really solve the problem. To really solve the problem, you probably need professional help. Twitter, whatever, an Instagram post, that's not help. That's just I need attention. That's just you're gonna get comments from people like me who don't know shit. And gonna probably roast you. And probably make a video about you complaining because they're sick of you having a post every day about sad shit. That's why I don't like social media. Well, I don't like certain aspects of social media. Like, if you're using social media because you want to take pictures of your Pokemon cards and show them off, like what I used to do, I think that's cool. If you want to take a picture of your cats, your dogs, I think that's really cool. If you want to take a picture of the food you just ordered at a fancy restaurant because you're showing off because your life sucks, that's cool too. You know? You want to, like your neighbor bought a new car, you want to lean on the hood and act like it's your car and take a selfie? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But using social media to talk about serious mental health problems that don't get solved, they just get your attention, that's bad. And then it sets a bad example for other people who think, okay, well, I'm going through some tough times right now. I'm just going to make a post about it. How does that solve the problem? I mean, if something's really bothering you that bad, get professional help. Get professional help. You could post all you want. It's not going to solve the problem. Just in your case, if you have a problem with this woman, yes, now everyone knows. So now you're a bully. I mean, like you're just as bad as her. You've become just as bad as the person who bullied you, because now you're using social media to get an army of people to bully her now, and it worked. She had to quit the business because everyone's bullying her. Like, every time she does something, it's nothing but negativity coming towards her, and that'll probably follow her for the rest of her life. So I guess you got revenge, but obviously you don't feel any better. So it didn't really do its job. So what's gonna really make you feel better? Well, I'm not gonna make any suggestions, any real suggestions, because I'm not a certified doctor. I'm a certified alcoholic though. Have you ever tried vodka? If you're pissed off, drink vodka. That's what I do. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Peace.